Officials in California have identified the attacker in a deadly shooting in San Jose. It happened early this morning at a light rail facility. 8 people were killed. The suspect died by suicide. CBS News correspondent Jamie Yuccas joins me now from San Jose. Hi there, Jamie. So what is the latest on the investigation?
Well, I can tell you they're still going through the buildings. You can see right now behind me all of those police officers. There's ATF agents, FBI agents. They're still on scene about 8 hours after the shooting took place. What we know is that there were 2 separate buildings where the shooting occurred. And after a little bit of time and going into the investigation, officers brought in bomb-sniffing dogs, and one of the bomb-sniffing dogs hit to a scent that they believed could be an explosive device. So they brought in those bomb-sniffing dogs and are going, we were told, into every crevice of those buildings to make sure that there aren't any bombs or booby traps left behind to injure more people. We also know that there's still no clear indication as to what the motive in this case may be, and we also know that there was a fire about 8 miles from here at the suspect's home. They're trying to determine what the connection is to that fire here along with the suspect and sort through all of that. We talked to the head of the VTA, the Valley Transit Authority, and he told me that this has just been a tragic day, that they're still trying to process information. They don't have a lot of information at this point, and they're trying to talk to victims and their families and having to tell them, we just don't have answers for you at this point in time. So there's still just a lot that we don't know at this point, Elaine, and as you can see, investigators still on scene.
Yeah, very much the early stages of this investigation. But Jamie, what do we know about the victims so far?
We know that there was a reunification site where a lot of the victims and their family members have been going to. We were told by the VTA, the head of the VTA, that this is a very tight-knit group of people, that everyone knows one another. And I can tell you that he said to me that they're sitting in this room, and as you can imagine, they're trying to dial the cell phones of their loved ones. We know that at least 8 people died. The suspect did a self-inflicted gunshot wound, killed himself inside one of the buildings as the police officers were rushing in. And so as you can imagine, there are people sitting there dialing their phones, trying to get a hold of their family members and not getting any answer. Now, that doesn't mean that it's a worst case scenario. Maybe some of them are in the hospital at this point. But I will tell you what I found interesting is that in each of these press conferences, the officials have been very careful to say that it is still a fluid situation, and the number of victims right now is 8, which indicates to us that some people were also severely injured in this shooting. We know people were injured, but just how severely they could be in surgery, and those family members just not being able to get a hold of them at this point in time. So as you can imagine, there's just a lot of anxiety, but we don't know specifically who the 8 people were who were killed at this point.
All right, just heartbreaking situation there. Jamie Yuccas for us. Jamie, thank you very much.